Almost. Alright, so, do you think we're just going to see them try to ban out Rabadon? Or?
Yeah, I think that's what they're going to have to do, but...
Just ban all Assassin. The
Zed ban
right off the bat.
Yeah, definitely. And the ribbon ban going out on the other side. It looks like just champs that they don't play well against, or they don't want to play against.
Red team, not a fan of the ribbon there. Not a fan of the ribbon. I think Silas ban. Yep, just definitely trying to ban out Rabadon.
Definitely warranted.
Yeah. I think red team. Yeah, they're going for a lot of like really hard carry champions there. The ribbon
so
and the Master Yi.
Maybe we see blue team with the best bans possible. Maybe we'll see a bit of a lead here, but it looks like this is a different team going in. Monarch, who played in the first game, and the Nico ban coming out, it definitely looks like they're just going to try and pinpoint every strong play that the red team had, every strong champ select.
I think so, but man, you can't ban all of them out, and you focus your bans on Rabadon. Yeah, you focus your bans on Rabadon, and Hayden with a big champion pool is he's going to answer. A ban on the Nasus there, probably a smart ban from the red team. Even on a really snowball team, Nasus is hard to answer for.
And I mean, that Q just hurts, and we're going to have Gorilla coming. Oh man, Gorilla 13 coming in for the first pick with a Pantheon, looking like we're going to see a Pantheon jungle. I'm definitely interested in Rabadon's up first.
We might see a really early dragon there. Might see a really early dragon there from the blue team with that Pantheon. There's one thing Pantheon does well, it's tanking dragon.
Right. And man, it is unlucky for blue team, though, that Rabadon is going to get first pick. He is going to be able to, and it looks like he's going to pick Sejuani, and I'm sure that's for Hayden, so it's going to be interesting. Now, they decided that the Sejuani was more important than whatever Rabadon wanted to play, so it looks like they're putting the eggs in the jungle basket.
I think if there's one thing this red team loves, it is hard engages. Be it Sejuani, the Nunu, the Galio, they like to go in dry, and
it looks like they're not going to be able to ban out that Sivir pick from Mr. Wizard 4 right there. So are we going to see another Galio Sivir game? I mean, that
probably, unless blue team picks the Galio.
I think we're understating how good that bot lane is at not dying.
Yeah,
I think that might be, or maybe setting up for ganks too. I think maybe we might be looking at the wrong things for them.
Definitely. I
mean,
mean,
the synergy is right there.
Sivir's movement, Galio's peel, and his engage, like, they're vicious. Although we are going to see a Morgana pick on the blue side with her new rework. I am excited for this one.
Oh yeah. And one thing I have heard from the subreddit is, so I don't know how good that is, but that the Morgana rework is great for the default, but horrible for all her skins. And it looks like Hearthstone, he was on the Zac, now he's on the Teemo, and he's going to go with Vigar.
Oh, this might be bad.
Oh,
Vigar, he doesn't have a lot of mobility. He's going to run into the same problems that Jin was in the last game, that he doesn't have the mobility. And we've already seen that Rabadon loves to play those high mobility assassins.
And now those are the kind pulling up the pick for probably Rabadon right now. And it looks like
Zoe.
Oh my gosh. And the second wave of bans is coming out from the red team. Now let's see what he chooses.
It's going to be a battle of the long-range casters, but man, Zoe. I know Vigar scales really well into the late game, but man, Zoe is a menace.
And you can see that Caitlyn ban coming out looking like they just do not want to play. And I think that might have been reason why we're understating bot lane is because the first game we saw, they had a Caitlyn to go up against, and maybe it just didn't let them get their full potential. So we kind of stayed off of them in the second game.
Yeah, I definitely think that one thing that the red team's bottom lane has done so well, and we are going to see a Galio ban there.
And look at that ban. I was just about to say it. Wow.
One thing that the blue team or the red team's bottom lane has done so well in these previous games is, like you were saying earlier, not dying and just being something that the rest of the team doesn't have to worry about. They don't have to dedicate resources to gank the bottom lane because they know that whatever happens, they're not going to die.
And look at them now. Now look at red team. They're going to target bans for that bottom lane to try and make sure that they can get the most optimal solution now that Galio is out of the pool. So they're banning the Lucian, the Caitlyn, just ADCs they don't want to deal with.
I'm interested to see what the rest of the picks are going to be from blue team to try to counter this red team. And no ban. No ban. Oh,
I'm not sure what the communication error is there. Okay, no, we got an Olaf. Oh right. My god.
Woo! That was almost really bad.
That was going to be bad. I mean, blue team needs as much of an advantage as we get. And the Alistar, another tanky pick coming out.
Ooh. Man, they just trade one engage for another.
They know their team comp.
Yeah.
They know the team comp they want to run, and it looks like they're not going to let blue team get away with trying to pick, zone them out of it. You know?
And I mean, it's a different champion, but the same play style, you know?
Yeah, that kid is relatively the same. The one thing I am interested in now, though, so we got the Kai'Sa pick coming out, and that's pretty strong. And looks like he's hovering over Urgot. One thing I'm interested in is what we're going to see in the top lane, because we have seen those tanky champions coming out.
Definitely, an Urgot, not only a tanky champion, but a really strong duelist as well.
Right. And what are they going to pick to counter that? And I just feel like red team are in my mind. I already think that red team's just sitting there right now, like, okay, well, we can do this, and Jay's gonna come out for that long range poke, and this is going to be a good matchup. Of course, we're seeing the switch ups here, and Hayden getting his Sejuani, Rabadon getting the Zoe, and this is going to be good.
It's going to be really interesting. Red team working with a lot more range now than they were in the past couple of games, both with the Jace and the Zoe.
And I hope someone tells, wait, what are we seeing right here? Veigar with the teleport? Is that a normal thing? I have no idea anymore.
I mean, Ignite, with the Ignite nerf, you know, I'm not surprised, especially with how like all over the place Red team has been, how much map presence they have.
That may be their answer right there.
Just making sure that no one gets caught out. You know, no one's left behind in the team fights. Especially with Veigar's lack of mobility, probably not a bad pick.
Right.
Now I am going to be interested to see here. I think really with red team's super hard engage, blue team their only answer is peel. And for that, they're going to have to be able to land the stuns from the Veigar, Morgana, and the Pantheon. We see a lot of CC coming in on the blue team, which might just be the answer for this red team's aggressiveness. But we'll have to see if it actually pans out that way.
One thing that I have noticed for the Veigar, and this is always one of the reasons why I just hate Veigar too, is that it doesn't matter if he lands a stun as long as you're inside of it. I mean, it doesn't really matter.
That's true. Although if you are playing a champion like Zed, or even Zoe to a lesser extent, you can get out of it. Even Zoe, if she's caught in the middle of that Veigar stun, she can still use her ultimate to pop out of it for a second and get some vision and range.
Right. And can you take the open air for a minute while I go AFK?
Absolutely. So we've got about 2 minutes here on the delay. And we're going to go ahead and do, I think, our last shameless plug of the night. So please bear with me for just a moment. One more time, I wanted to sing the praises of the Tandem Throwdown that is coming up March 30th. It is going to be an absolute blast, and I hope sincerely that all of you guys can make it. It's going to be here in Conway, Arkansas for SAE. If you've never played a Tandem before, it's a ton of fun. It's basically two people controlling the same computer, one on the mouse, one on the keyboard. We're going to be doing League of Legends and Overwatch. And speaking from experience with the last one we did, it is a blast. It's going to be so much fun. And I can't wait to see all of you guys there. If you need more information about it, you can check our social media pages. Links to them are down in the cards below the stream. And if you have any questions or you just want to interact with us some more, you can also join us on the Discord. I know we've had a couple links in the chat. In case those have gotten lost in the sauce, though, we have a link also in the cards down below our stream. So we would love to see you guys on there as well as at the Tandem Throwdown. And but in the meantime, I'm excited to get into this game. Maybe with the CC that we're seeing from the blue team, we'll finally have an answer to red team's engage potential. Although the thing they're going to have to watch out for is the increased range by the red team now, with Zoe, Jace, and Sivir all being long-range champions. Blue team might have the CC, they might have the peel, the disengage, but with the zoning and the poke from the red team, it might not matter. They may not be able to get enough distance to protect themselves from all the threats that red team has to offer. Blue team is going to have to play really, really aggressively on some of the carry champions of the red team, shut them down early on, stop them from getting ahead, and again, play to those objectives. Red team really, really calculated, very precise in what they do, very aware of everything that goes on, but again, not always the most focused on those objectives. And we saw that improve quite a bit in the last game. Red team having more of an objective focus, getting those dragons when they need to, setting up vision, being prepared for those kind of fights. And I'm sure that trend is only going to continue into this game. But those are things that blue team is really going to have to look at capitalizing on, as well as just shutting down those carries and the incredible damage.
Right, and that is entirely correct. Looks like we're about to get started here. Did you even know I was back yet?
No, I had no idea. I heard a little pop from your side, but
oh man, this is gonna be a good game. I'm definitely excited to see. All right, and looks like we're gonna get started. So. And the one thing I am kind of worried about right now is in the team chats right now, it looks like the blue team only has 4 players in it. I'm not sure what's going on.
No, they've got all 5 on the map.
Well, they've got all 5 on the map, that is certain, but in the Discord, they only have 4.
Oh, that is no bueno.
That communication is going to be detrimental.
Already starting off here on a bad foot for the blue team.
You can see some pings going out.
We might see a really
it looks like
game.
Over here, Pantheon going to go in on the Zoe, and they're going to try and capitalize off this, maybe get it.
They get close.
That was close.
They get close, but they don't have quite enough damage. Good idea there by the Pantheon, taking that stun level 1.
Oh, that was really good from him. It looks like that would have been the advantage blue team needed. Maybe that's just enough of a morale booster for the blue team to get some stuff rolling. Hopefully we'll see a close game.
Definitely lucky break on the red team there, not losing their Zoe that early on. Viger going to play a little bit aggressively up there, tempting fate just a little bit.
Yeah, both teams are going to start red, looks like, and man, Hayden in the jungle, I'm very scared to see that. Oh,
yeah, again, on the Sejuani that we saw from the first game was so powerful, made such an impact, and him and Rabadon both, with their dual ganks, Rabadon always taking that hard carry champion. And again, on Zoe, a little bit less mobility, but still no less damage potential. The double gank between them could be unstoppable. Zoe also has more CC than the Zed. With her ability to put people to sleep, if they both go in on someone, that's pretty much game over for them.
And one thing I really like from this is that Urgot, I see the arcane comment on him. Maybe that's his way of trying to respond to Jace's an insane poke. If he can just land one thing on the Jace and get the arcane comment proc.
Definitely a smart pick for him. Down here in the bot lane, Morgana and the Kai'Sa versus Sivir and Alistar.
Kai'Sa's such a strong pick right now, but I don't know how well it's going to go up against these two. I'm interested to see.
I think blue team went the right direction here, going for a really high mobility ADC as well as a support that has a lot of peel for that engage. I don't know if Morgana is able to land a good snare, and they might be able to get an early kill here, but I think their goal is really just to survive and not let red team get an advantage down here. Although we've seen from red team in the past, they are a-okay with that style of play. That they'll just out CS you and wait till the
up here in the mid lane, going to go in on the Viger, try and get the stun off maybe, and here we go.
Viger doesn't have any movement, and he gets stunned by the Zoe. Pantheon is going to come in though, gets the stun on the Zoe. Viger's coming back in to do some damage. Not quite enough from either side to pick up a kill. I'm kind of impressed.
That was so good.
Yeah, I'm impressed that neither one of them ended up going down. Both of them going to stay in lane here at low health. Playing a dangerous game. Pantheon coming back in, but Sejuani is still there to defend.
That was such a good response from Pantheon, being in the right place at the right time to shut that down immediately. That is what we're going to have to see all game if blue team wants this advantage.
Absolutely. This is going to be early on a battle of the junglers. Which one is going to be able to push out more of an advantage, or even whether or not a stripper is going to be able to answer for the ganks of Hayden and just stop his incredible engage.
And just like I was talking about Jason, that incredible poke up there, Urgot's really going to have to play passive or just do the best he can. I know he's got a little bit of poke, but not as much as Jace.
One thing that we've seen a lot from this red team is the split push, and Jace is a great champion for that. Not only with his damage, but with his mobility as well. Able to push out an advantage like we're seeing right here with the all-in.
Oh yeah,
it might turn into a kill. He gets knocked off just in time, and he gets it the first blood. What a snipe!
What was that? From a football field away almost. He even tried to flash, so they lost the flash, and red team gets the
flash. He predicts the flash and gets the snipe. What a play!
And right there in mid lane, just what I predicted happened. Viger's stunned. It doesn't matter if he gets you or not. He's got you locked down to do what he wants. He was going to be able to land a little bit of damage on Rabadon.
Well, we might see Rabadon. I thought he was going to rotate bot lane for a second, but ends up just getting a good ward. Barely misses the Viger there. And like I was saying, Jace, a lot of damage potential with his kit.
Morgana going to land the stun over on Alistar. Kaisen going in. They're going to put out a little bit of damage, but it's not enough.
Jace also with his mobility and his ability to knock people off of him is just a really, really strong split push option later on in the game once the teams start to group.
Right, and so we're going to land that stun, get a little bit of damage on Viger, and Sejuani just paying close attention to that mid lane now.
Yeah, Viger is going to have to watch himself. They know how aggressively Hayden likes to camp this mid lane. Viger, even though he's at half health, is in a really, really dangerous position here. Not only is the Zoe full health, but
we've seen that Hayden has no problem going under towers either.
Oh yeah, no, he'll give his life. Yeah, he will die for those first bloods.
Oh man,
props to him.
Man, he plays it like a true support.
I just want to take a second and try to figure out what all toppings on this pizza here. I see some black olives. I see some. I don't even know.
And look at the Urgot right now gonna fight that Jace. Ooh.
It was a good spell shield from Sivir there, saving herself some damage. Yeah, it looks like we got some pepperoni. Actually, it changes. I didn't realize that the pizza changes from time to time.
I had no idea what you were talking about.
Yeah, I'm trying to look at the toppings on Sivir's pizza. It went from black olives and green onions to pepperoni.
Well, that sounds really good right now.
It really does. It makes myself hungry. I actually haven't had dinner
yet. Look at that
Pantheon.
So. I'm going to clear out a little bit of vision right here in the river, and that's so good because we've seen in the last two games blue team just lacking that vision.
Yeah, he's not only helping to turn the vision battle more in his favor, but also making it harder for Hayden to gank that mid lane. And we see him hanging around here with these close camps, looking for an opportunity. But with Pantheon nearby, it doesn't look like he's going to get that just yet.
Like I said, if anything, one thing bot lane is good about from the red side is just not dying. And I think we're just going to see that again. Then just avoiding skill shots and just playing their own game, or even letting blue team just play their game and just kind of play around it.
Absolutely.
And Jace had there was a ping up here as Jace pushes in Urgot a little bit. And Pantheon is going to respond and try and walk up there, but that red team ward right there will stop him if he gets too close. Oh, and
seeing a lot of damage in the bottom lane. Sejuani is going to pick up the kill there onto the Kaisa. Alistar getting out just barely with his life. Kaisa's going to double back here, try to pick up the kill. Alistar with the bait.
And look at the... Oh, man.
Kaisa and Morgana both going down there not only to the damage from the bot lane, but another crazy gank by Hayden.
And it looks like we're going to have a fight going on up there. And they're going to respond and take that kill off of Jace. You know, they're going to go ahead and get it.
Blue team responds, and that's definitely good.
And look at the red team pinging the dragon right now. They say, okay, well, now we know what we need to do. And again with the double ward, just going to be legendary as Viger's going to walk down and just kind of see what's going on.
It's like he's going to maybe drop a ward over there. Maybe he doesn't have one.
And more with the Q. It's going to be a little bit early right now. Viger's also going to be a little bit early, and maybe they're going to be able to get this. Sejuani should have enough. Zoe's going to distract him, and that's going to be the dragon for red team. Every time blue team makes a play, red team is saying, well, we're going to do this, and just insane.
Yeah, red team, even though they gave up a kill in the top lane from the Pantheon gank, they definitely came out ahead overall with the double kill in the bottom lane and then the dragon. Definitely, we're seeing the priority on the right side of the map there for the red team. I think the Pantheon gank up top, even though it did result in a kill, and it helped stall out the split push potential, it did result in them losing so many objectives and kills on the bottom lane.
Right. And blue team going to take a plate down there on bot.
Yep. I think that with Rift Herald not being up, at that point at least.
Oh, and look right here. Urgot going to go in on the Jace, and Jace is going to push him off.
Yeah, I definitely think blue team was prioritizing the wrong side of the map there at that point. Although Rift Herald is up now, and it looks like both teams
you can see
are going to try to set up for this one.
There, yeah.
Red team right now does have more vision control. Going to set a pink down, and they might look to start this Rift Herald pretty soon. Pantheon is going to back off here.
Right. I just don't think blue team can contest it right now. Zoe keeping Viger busy right there, and Urgot having to back. This is the perfect time for red team to try and take that advantage. But Pantheon's going to come out, and I think he's going to try and get the
Zoe almost one shot
on the Viger. Yeah, and he's going to looks like he's going to get away. And Sejuani responding. Alistar and Civ are going to try and come up from the bot lane, and Viger's got to get out of there.
Viger almost going down there to the Zoe stun, seeing his life flash before his evil eyes.
Well, I think it's a pretty fair fight because so far he might be scared of the Pantheon, but it looks like
Speaking of the Pantheon, he's gonna get blown up under the tower by the Sejuani.
I don't think that was the Sejuani that blew him up right there, brother.
Oh, did I say Sejuani? Sorry, blown up by the Zoe there. Sejuani diving under the tower.
Sejuani just got the last hit right there.
Man.
Sejuani just such a playmaker and gonna go in on this Urgot and Jace. That long range, we know he has no problem firing those shots, almost hitting the Urgot.
Looks like
and Zoe's just gonna chase this Viger too.
Sejuani doesn't quite have the damage to secure the kill there on the Urgot. She's gonna back off and start the Rift Herald.
But blue team is gonna ping and try and respond right here, but Viger's a little precarious, and it looks like Sejuani's going on his Urgot and gonna get the stun off. And Jason's coming down. Seems it's gonna be a bad situation, but Viger's coming in.
Urgot's gonna go in, no health. A bit of miscommunication there as Viger backs off. Pantheon and Viger though are gonna go in on the Zoe. She's forced Zanya's
coming in, and Jace is chasing the Viger down. It looks like he's gonna.
He gets stunned next to the tower. Jace cleaning up the kill.
Every time, just the response.
I even thought there for a second that blue team might have had the advantage there. Viger was able to get on the objective faster than the Zoe was. But I don't know if it was miscommunication or what, but Urgot goes in the 2v1 and pays the price for it as Viger backs off to fight the Zoe.
And like we've seen this before, Sejuani always just soloing that Rift Herald, but if Pantheon can set up and Urgot's coming down there too, it looks like Sejuani's going to be in a bad position.
Urgot's going to get stunned by the Zoe, take a shot to the face. Rift Herald is going to live to fight another day though.
This is just a slugfest. I mean, really, both teams are just slugging it out, but red team is going to take that, going to have a 4K gold advantage.
We're seeing this time blue team doing a much better job of answering for the Sejuani ganks, as well as being more aware of red team's positioning across the map on those objectives and going in for those ganks. I think blue team able to push out a lot more lane pressure here. And kind of find themselves in a bit more even matchup They are, though, still down 3,000 gold and 5 kills. And the fact that that is a more even matchup is kind of scary.
Definitely. And 40 seconds are now 30 up on that drag. He's about to be up, and it looks like they're going to try and get some vision over there. Blue team is at least. Oh, maybe not. Maybe no wards for him.
Red team in the bottom lane in a really good position here. They're pushing blue team up under their tower, giving some breathing room to start the dragon whenever it comes up. A lot of pings coming in the top lane.
Oh, but look at over here. Red team is pinging. And it looks like Pantheon's going to go in on that Alistar.
That might be the first kill on the Alistar. Kaisa misses the flash over the wall and goes down. Pantheon is going to pick up the Alistar, though. Kill for a kill. Man, that was almost the great escape.
That was almost, yes, definitely.
Again, pulls the Graves there, no cigar.
Yeah. You really like that one, don't you?
I do. It doesn't really mean anything, though, anymore, because Graves got his cigar back, so...
Right, but I mean, if you understand the league and if you played it long enough, you definitely understand.
It's a thinly veiled something or other. Zoe again blowing up the Viger there.
Oh
She's gonna flash forward Viger.
Stopwatch, but it's not gonna. Wow, and Zoe doesn't care.
Zoe's gonna pop her ultimate. Tries to get the ultimate look away auto attack, and it's just barely not enough.
Look at how far Viger had to walk because he was just, didn't want to get blown up right there. Sivir, Sejuani, and Alistar are going to go in for the dragon while Zoe's got Pantheon distracted.
There's crazy zoning potential and range from the Zoe. Even though he's given up some mobility there, it doesn't even matter because he has certainly traded that for tons of damage.
Look at that right there.
They are still thirsty for blood. They smell it in the water. They're not going to be able to make this one happen. All right, well, we've got a bit of a lull here unless Viger gets deleted. What do we think of the aesthetic change to Morgana? She's definitely quite a bit edgier. In fact, I think half of her head is shaved there. Definitely a bold style.
Right.
Morgana, I mean, she's not messing around.
It's so weird for me being a support main and having played Morgana so much. I love Morgana. I think she's a great champion, but I don't know. I don't know if that was the direction I would have taken personally, but that's why I'm not a designer.
Sure.
I think they made her a little bit more stereotypical, like evil, like I guess a woman aesthetic for video games.
Yeah.
And Morgan gets the stun out on Alistar. It looks like they're gonna live till another day, but I suppose.
Oh my goodness!
H is gonna come out. Was that a flash from him? I think it was.
Hayden with that crazy stun, picking up the Morgana kill.
And Zoe with these skill shots just gonna sleep Viger, and they're gonna chase him up.
Viger with his life flashing before his eyes sees the Q from the Zoe dissipate right behind him. That could have been it for him. Again, just narrowly dodging these Zoe Qs.
We're gonna run out of players to interview. This is crazy from the red team. It looks like they're gonna try and set up for Rift Herald again, but blue team is gonna try and respond to that. I don't think they have enough in them. I mean, this is now, what is this, a 5K gold lead?
Also in the chat, Enzito is definitely a fan of the new Morgana change, calling her fine AF.
Yeah, fine Air Force. That's what that means, right?
Fun fact about...
he's going to land the stun onto Zoe.
Oh, Zoe with the ultimate! What a good use of that ultimate!
Set her down.
What a brilliant use of that ultimate to get away from the Viger.
He doesn't care. Wow.
Pantheon tries to go in to pick it up. Zoe is just dancing circles around this blue team.
Really?
Also, speaking of Air Force, fun fact about the Air Force. Did you know that not only is the U.S. Air Force the largest Air Force in the world, but the U.S. Navy is the second largest?
Right. Zoe is the Air Force with those Qs, says Papa
for
Smurf.
real.
You're definitely right with that. Another fun fact that until after World War II, the Air Force was called the Army Air Corps. They weren't actually their own separate division. I think it's September 18th, 1948. was when the Air Force was established. And Pantheon's going to come in with his ult right down here. Bot lane going to get it almost. And Sivir is so low, and it looks like
Kaisa picks up the kill on the Sivir, finally pushing out an advantage in this bot lane.
Responding. They're chasing too far, and Red
Says Wani and Zoe are going to come in, and Morgana's blown up.
Pantheon. Zoe's too strong. You can't do that.
You really can't. Blue team getting divided and conquered there. Kill for a kill, though. And fairly even trade there for the blue team, although, or for red team and blue team. Although I think blue team had to blow a flash there to get out.
But look up there. Urgot is going to try and get the kill on Jace after he just took that tower. He's going to knock him away, though. And red team looks like they might be able to take this mid tower, too. The health's so low on it, and that's going to be three towers
they're gonna have
right
no
across.
Problem here. Red team, again, it's like blue team is able to find a small opening. You know, they're able to capitalize on one mistake, get one really good engage, one good objective, and red team is there to answer with 3 more of their own. Every little advantage you try to push out against them, they're going to answer by taking everything else on the map.
Wow, this is just incredible. And CJ Ramsey saying he is just here for the Air Force facts, and I hope with each broadcast we can get more to you. You know, I about to call in an AC 130, says Papa Murray. You are right.
I think we need to, for the next broadcast, I think we need to have a list of Air Force facts to just dole out.
Definitely.
That should be our shtick. Also, that last one with the date, there's no way you didn't look that up on Google. I'm calling BS.
No, I didn't Google that, no.
I don't believe it. I don't buy it.
I might be off on the day, but I think the year is right. I know it is in September, and it looks like blue team is going to try and secure the drag, zoning the red team out, but red team is going to respond. Oh, and Rabadon just going to get that kill.
Good lord. Blue team, though, does pick up the dragon, but they're going to give 2 kills for it. Blue team trying to disengage here, get out with what they have left, cut their losses. Again, just like in the last game, they take the dragon and give up 2 kills and almost an entire team fight in return.
Wow, that is crazy. And Jace, like you said earlier, great split pushing, gonna take that second top tower.
And now putting pressure on the inhib turret. Blue team is gonna have to come back and protect that, leaving red team free to take Baron. And at this point, with their lead, that might spell the end of the game.
Oh, and red team's gonna take this Baron, but while we have this for a second, I am gonna say I did not get the date wrong, I got the year wrong, but it looks like the Pantheon ult is coming in, but it doesn't matter, he's just gonna get blown up, the teleport's gonna be blown anyway, and Urgot's in a bad position, looks like
Blue
he's just gonna get
team forced to engage here. Zoe, though, is gonna chase them down.
Sivir popping that ultimate too to help with the chase. If Zoe gets it on Viger, and it, oh my
Good
God.
lord, the damage, and Jace is gonna clean it up. Almost a one-shot from the Zoe. What is this game?
And wow, that was incredible. So I got the day right. I got the year 1 year off.
That I'm thoroughly impressed by that. That of all the things you could have gotten wrong on that, it was the year. Day, the month are right. It was the year that's wrong. That's impressive. Hats off to you, sir.
Wow, and that's almost an ace from the red team. That is insane.
I think it's impressive that red team in all 3 of these games has not picked up an ace yet.
Right. Look at those wards, by the way. Can we just give a little bit of respect for the ward placement in the top side jungle? Look at the red team.
They have wards all the way up into the wolf
going
pit.
up, yeah.
The red team is they're definitely making sure that they put this thing away. Also, I think a lot of that has to do with the split push up there from the Jace, making sure that he doesn't get caught out too far.
Right.
Viger, speaking of getting caught out, almost engaged there.
Yeah, right.
He's going to find Jace up here by the tower. They're going to have to try to fight this one.
11k gold lead from the red team.
I don't know how blue team is going to be able to come back from this one.
That is crazy.
It looks like they're finally all going to group up for the team fight to end all team fights.
Just insane.
Yeah, this red team has really been using using range to their advantage, as well as the engage. Good
oh my
God!
Gosh, I didn't even see that one.
I caught a glimpse of it, but Viger just gets deleted from the game.
But I don't think it's going to be enough. As Sejuani chasing down the Kai'Sa and gets stuck with the Morgana. It looks like they're going to have enough damage for Urgot to put him down, but Red Team's going to take the tower.
Blue Team doesn't give up a kill, but they do give up the tower there. Narrowly dodging some skill shots.
Right there. Oh, but Zoe gonna blow him up anyway. It doesn't even matter. Gonna go for the 2, but not enough. Urgot's gonna flip him over. Alistar coming in with the ult, and he's just gonna get pummeled.
And if Zoe doesn't delete you, Jace will. And he has the armor to not care about those towers. Just dive straight under them. Red Team looking to put this one away. They've got the Baron buff on the minions. Morgana and Viger up to defend. The rest of Blue Team just now coming back online. One Nexus tower almost going down. Red Team is going to back off here. They don't have the minions to try to fight this. Super minions are going to start stacking up, though. Red Team clearing out vision here, putting even more deep wards onto the Blue Team's jungle. It looks like they're going to rotate down and maybe try to pick up this bottom lane tower and put more pressure on the other lanes.
4-17 right now, and with a 12k gold lead. That is insane.
Blue Team in full damage control mode right now. Red Team giving them just a little bit of a breather.
And about 25 seconds on that dragon, they're going to go ahead and Red Team is going to place the wards down and get the scuttle crab.
And Blue Team just
in no position.
No position whatsoever. With the deep wards in their jungle, Red Team is going to see them coming from a mile away. And if they do go for that dragon, they're going to have super minions pushing up onto their Nexus. Although it looks like they're going to try to get some kind of wards in here. Not going to let this one go down quite without a fight unless they do. Viger and Kai'Sa both backing off here as the dragon goes live.
Right, and Sejuani going to go ahead and start the encounter. Not too worried about the Blue Team. You know, Alistar's going to walk around, try and protect it a little, guard a little bit. Sivir going to come in and get the auto attacks off. That looks like that dragon's just going to them. Jay Split pushing up top, Zoe down bottom. There is nothing Blue Team can do.
And with a Mountain Drake, it's only going to make these towers even more vulnerable for the Red Team.
Huge lead for the Red Team, but it's not uncommon. We've seen it all 3 games now.
No,
Red
they've
Team
just been
playing
so dominant.
Such a good game. Looks like they're going to focus on that bot tower and go ahead and get that while Jason's just clearing minions up top, and Blue Team's going to try to respond.
Sejuani at this point, look at that health bar, too big to fail.
Right. Pantheon's going to ult down here. No, not going to be enough. Urgot's going to try to respond to that Jace, but got to dodge the skill shot. It looks like
Sejuani going in, blows up the Pantheon. Blue Team forced to back off here. They don't have the front line to fight this. If they get engaged on, it's going to be ugly. Zoe lands the stun onto the Viger. Sejuani's going to go in and pick up the kill. They're going to go in onto the Morgana. They pick up the Kai'Sa kill. Pantheon forced to run back. Zoe going to chase him down.
Zoe's just chasing him.
She gets the stun and she's going to pick it up. Disrespect. Absolute disrespect by the Zoe running under the turret to get the kill. And they're going to put this one away, picking up the Nexus turrets. Red Team, absolutely unstoppable. This team comp from the Blue Team, if anyone was going to stop them, this Blue Team would. And they couldn't. Just too dominant.
Wow, that was incredible. Now, who do we want to get in here?